Hey everybody, this is Dan with Tailwater Outfitters, and this is the top 6 tarpon baits of all time. Or right now, or last week, whatever. So, as you know, if you've watched any of our other top 6 lists, this is a very scientific process. We used a panel of experts. We spared no expense to come up with the 6 best baits for whatever species of fish. And this one, it happens to be the tarpon. The Silver King, the poon, the super duper, super machismo awesomeness of a game fish. We'll just call it tarpon. So here we go, number 6. Now this is on a lot of lists. Why? It's been around since 1894, at least the company has. And it is a fantastic bait. You can use it for all kinds of different kinds of species. But the Spook, arguably one of the top 6 tarpon baits of all time. This color right here, as a matter of fact, I was throwing this out off of the Dunedin Causeway at poons that were locked up on a bunch of pass crabs. Once it got on that, I mean, literally throw it out, just dink, dink, boom, they're blowing up on it. Fantastic topwater bait. It's a walk the dog bait, which means it goes left to right, bop, bop, back and forth. And the way you do that, literally just point your rod tip down, keep a little bit of slack in the line, and just kind of do this, reel up a little bit more slack, going a little slack in the line, and that'll just make that bait dart side to side. Fish can't get enough of it. Matter of fact, you might have to fight the tarpon might have to fight a few other fish off just to get to this thing. But it's a fantastic bait, and it's number 6. Number 5. Now, this one is a less known bait, but catches a ton of tarpon, especially if you go down like Bahia Honda, down in that area, down in the Keys. Awesome bait, and it's the TerrorEyz by DOA. DOA made this list twice. Here's the thing. If you're in a lot of current, throw it out and leave it. Just literally dead stick it. It's gonna sit up in the water column and it's gonna barely move. And that little tiny bait right there will hook into some gigantic tarpon, monster tarpon right there. Root beer color is a good one. They make in a bunch of other different colors. Greeny I like, there's a mullet color. But the regular TerrorEyz, this size, awesome bait. It's amazing that 200-pound fish will eat something that small. But hey, I'm a fat guy and I eat hors d'oeuvres. So here we go. Number 4. Kind of a sort of newcomer to the scene. Probably 2013, 14 is the first time I heard about them. And they were a little booth at a professional bass tournament. And that's the Spooltek. And if you don't know what a Spooltek's all about, it's an interesting bait. It's basically a hard head with a soft tail. But inside is where the magic happens. Because inside, when you set the hook, you've got this wire leader that comes out. So you're hooked up to a tarpon like this, he can't chafe off. This wire is going to help to keep you from losing that fish. Plus the weight stays away from his mouth, so he doesn't have as much leverage on it. Now this is the 4-inch, they make it in a 6-inch, they make it in a 9-inch, they make them in heavies. This is the after hours color. For whatever crazy reason, we're not really sure why, but tarpon like purple. I don't know. I think my personal opinion, and this is just my opinion, is because in the water column, especially as colors kind of start to change within the water column, it resembles a mullet or a mullet pattern. But there's a little dial on the head of this thing, and you can just reel it in, pop your hook back in, and you're ready to go again. That's the Spooltek. Again, 4-inch, 6-inch, 9-inch. And the way you retrieve this, it's very, very complex. You throw it out, and then you reel it in. Once it gets back to you, you throw it out again, and then you reel it in. Great when you can see the tarpon, kind of get it out in front of them a little bit, lead them a little bit as they're swimming along through, put it out there. This is a fantastic bait. So try a Spooltek. Top 3. Number 3, the Hogy. I hadn't heard of the Hogy till about 2010, 2011. Very popular in the Northeast. Big striper bait up there. But down here, people use these things for tarpon, and it's a giant stick. Matter of fact, years ago, if you're a bass fisherman, if you remember the sluggo, this very much resembles a sluggo. You're going to rig this up on a big hook, and you're going to lead the fish again, throw it out there, and just kind of jerk it through the water column. It's going to dart and dive and move all over the place, and resemble some kind of a big dying bait fish, probably a mullet. White's a good color, pink's a good color, black's a good color. Kind of depends on the visibility in the water, sunlight in the water. So there's a lot of different ways you can go. You can rig them a bunch of different ways. They've got weighted hooks, they've got unweighted hooks, they've got kind of a swim bait hook, a jig head style. The Hogy is a fantastic way to go. Big, very durable, strong rigging bait, and awesome for tarpon. The top two. Now, I said DOA was on the list twice, so they're 1 or 2. And for this list, with our highly scientific process, they came in at number 2, and that would be the DOA BaitBuster Trolling model. Purple, this color is, I'll put the names of it. This is color 373. This is the color 370. Darker color, so this has a sort of a mullet feel to it. The trolling model is the best, and the trolling model, you throw it out, lead the fish, and just slowly retrieve it in. And for whatever reason, I mean, let's be honest, it's kind of a goofy looking lure. That stupid thing catches tarpon like crazy. I'm doing a lot of stuff in front of my face. But the DOA BaitBuster Trolling model is the best way to go. And again, they like purple, dark colors, muted colors, maybe brighter colors during the day. So, you know, have a couple of different options to go there. But a DOA BaitBuster Trolling model is our number 2 tarpon bait of all time. And number 1, these guys have been making baits since the disciples. That is the MirrOlure Purple Demon. It's a twitch bait. This is the sinking twitch bait, but this color, that thing right there, catches scads of tarpon. It's a jerk motion to your rod tip that's gonna allow this thing to dart in the water column. And that Purple Demon, again, I don't know specifically why. Somebody may have written an article about it. I've never looked into why do tarpon like purple, but they love them some purple. Again, like I said, I think it's because this sort of, as it gets down in the water column and the light doesn't hit as much, it kind of looks like a mullet. But this is a fantastic color. The and again, like I said, I think the disciples use MirrOlure on the boats. This is an awesome bait, and that is the MirrOlure Purple Demon. That's the 52 MR. My dad threw 52 MRs. My granddad threw 52 MRs. I mean, I don't know how many tons of fish have been caught in the Tampa Bay area, in the state of Florida, and around the world on a 52 MR. But when it comes to tarpon, get that color right there, and you can go wear them out. And that's number 1. That's our list, the top 6 tarpon baits of all time. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications, and if you could, leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. Did we get it right? Did we get it wrong? Hey, we're always up for some open discussion. So check it out. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.